Imagine waking up every day with more energy, less stress, and a clearer mind, and all it takes is 30 minutes throughout the day. As college students, most of us spend hours sitting down at class, doing homework, scrolling on our phones, and working our jobs where we sit around a lot. And physical is something we all need, but is often pushed aside when people make or need to make time for things during their day. According to the Mayo Clinic, regular physical activity boosts your mood, improves sleep, and reduces the risk of serious health problems. So it's really not just about looking good, it's also directly related to how we function throughout the day. And today I'll persuade you to incorporate at least 30 minutes of physical activity into your life. First, I'll explain the problems that can happen from no physical activity. Second, I'll explain reasons why people struggle to incorporate physical activity. And finally, I'll share some solutions that you can use to incorporate it. So, yeah, let's start with the problems. So, the first problem that's very common, inactivity increases stress and harms mental health. Um, a lot of people are already stressed. Exams, deadlines, personal responsibilities, and balancing your job with your like work life balance. And when we're inactive, stress builds up even more. So the Cleveland Clinic says that when you exercise, it helps reduce anxiety, boosts your mood, and manages stress. And without it, our mental health can suffer. So we can get things like burnout, low energy, and even problems focusing, which is going to lead to more stress throughout our day. Um, and according to the CDC, or Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, regular physical activity lowers the risk of heart disease, type 2 diabetes, and obesity. And these things are very common in America because a lot of people are inactive and maybe don't have very healthy diets. And they develop slowly over time. And if you don't set up habits right now, like exercise, then you're never going to get to it. And these problems are going to be affecting you later in life. Um, so, given all these problems, why don't people do it more? Um, really commonly, people think they don't have enough time. They think they have to spend 3 hours at the gym or whatever. That's actually not true. Uh, the American Heart Association says that even short periods of activity throughout the day can significantly improve your health. Um, so it's really not about time. It's just what people think they have to do and how we define what exercise is. Um, Most people misunderstand what exercise is. They think they have to be like training for a marathon or working out super hard. But activities like walking, stretching, uh, biking to your job, um, even just doing chores around the house are actually really helpful rather than just sitting down on your phone. So they don't have to be extreme. As long as you're just moving around throughout the day, they can actually be very helpful. Some solutions that people can do that are actually really helpful is adding at least 30 minutes of movement into your day, and this can be throughout the day. Um, you can break it up in 10-minute sessions throughout the day. So one in the morning, one maybe during your break, and then one before you go to bed. And I think this is very manageable. The Mayo Clinic says that moderate physical activity improves mood and energy levels overall well-being. Whether it's a short walk between class or even stretching at home, your exercise can actually add up. And it can really fit into any schedule, no matter how busy you are. Um, you Another way to stay active is choosing activities you actually enjoy. So if you hate like running long distance, then you probably shouldn't choose that because you're not going to stay consistent. And consistency is actually more important than training intensity. According to the Harvard Health Publishing, regular exercise improves brain function and memory, but only if you stick with it. So no matter what you're doing, as long as you're doing it every day, it can build up and help you long term, rather than if you're just running every other week. Biking, dancing, playing a sport, walking, doing chores, anything can be really helpful. And in conclusion, being active isn't just about like how fit you are and how strong you are. It actually really affects your physical, like mind, brain, mentally and emotionally. And today we just talked about problems caused by inactivity and why you need to stay active and how you should start. And yeah, you should start today.